in Rajagiri College of Social Sciences, Kochi, and is a nationally and internationally recognized expert in bibliometrics, scientometrics, citation analysis, and research analytics. He has over 2 decades of academic and professional experience, and his research contributions are widely acknowledged. He has an H index of 17 on Google Scholar and 10 on Scopus. He has served as an academic editor of PLOS 1, Associate Editor for Frontiers in Research Analytics and Metrics, and is on the editorial board of several Web of Science and Scopus Index journals. Dr. Elango is also a DST funded principal investigator, an award winning researcher, and a sought after resource person for faculty development programs all across India. His work directly addresses the challenges researchers face today, which is how to choose credible journals, how to understand the citation metrics, and enhancing the research visibility and impact. May I now request Pooja ma'am to welcome our chief guest.
Good morning, good evening, Dr. Elango, and all the participants from the various colleges. A warm welcome on behalf of HSNC Board and HR College, the organizing team of R&D Cell. Sir, just to brief you on who the participants are. The participants are the members of the college R&D cell heads of various colleges which are managed by HSNC board. The Hyderabad Sindh National Collegiate Board, where the mixed group of colleges of commerce, arts, science and commerce, faculty of pharmacy, and then engineering, law colleges are a mix of group that today you will be meeting. And I welcome you all, sir, on behalf of the board, where you're going to talk about journal selection and citation matrix to all our faculties, the mix of the group. And I'm sure many people would have many questions at the end. So, Dharti, over to you to start the session. And my request, record the session so that we can put it on YouTube and everybody can use it in the later part of the time also. And a request to all to kindly be muted all the time. In between, don't start your mics because then it disturbs the speaker. So, welcoming Dr. Elango and best of luck to all the participants who have joined it. Good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. As ma'am rightly mentioned, we're truly honored to have you with us, sir, and I'm confident that today's session will offer valuable insights to our all academicians present here, especially on how correct journals can be selected and how citation metrics can be understood by us. So, may I now request Dr. Lango to kindly take over the session?
Good evening to all. Thank you for your nice introduction. Sorry for the delay in joining me in this meeting. I think there is a problem with my mic. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Camera is something error.
So you need to share your PPT. You can send it to Kashi or Dharti. They can share it and
PPT is
you
not
have
a
a
problem.
technical issue. You're not able to switch on your camera, sir.
Switch on camera, but something error. One second.
Kashi, if you can help, sir, or Dharti.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
check
ma'am.
with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So you can share your PPT with me. I can run throughout while you speak. You can just WhatsApp me, sir. You have my number.
Sorry, my video is not working. My camera. Screen sharing is also not working in this. So I'll do one thing.
So you share your PPT with me. I run through.
Yes, yes.
No worries.
Sure. I will share with you.
I hope everyone can see the screen.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, thanks.
Sir, can you see the screen? Elango, sir?
No, no, ma'am. No.
I think there is some technical issue. Sir, I would suggest log out and rejoin. It will be better. We'll wait for you.
Please.
Yeah.
I will leave and
Kashi just
rejoin.
helps, sir.
Please.
Kashi just helps, sir.
Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
No problem, sir. No problem.
अरे ये है बोलो इसका बोला ठीक और दिन में तो दो जब बच्चे जा रही है छोड़ दे तो इसके देना है ये चल यार खर्चा का दे रही हो अच्छा कौन नहीं कर ना ध्यान दे रही हूं तो कल मंगे दिन को ले लीजिए
Poonam, can you mute yourself?
क्या हुआ बेटा
Poonam
Poonam,
Jain,
ma'am?
please.
Yeah.
Has been able to join?
Not yet, ma'am.
Yeah. He was in the waiting room. Check.
Yeah, now we can see you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sorry for the delay.
No,
Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.
Sir, can you see the PPT that Kashi has shared?
Yes.
Yes.
Can I start?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, I hope you heard the conversations that we did in the beginning.
Yes.
Introduced.
I heard.
Yes, please start, sir.
Thank you,
Welcome to the entire session from
Thank you.
HSNC Board and HR College, and please start.
Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for HNC University and HNC HR College, especially this Mr. Sir. Thank you for this invitation. This is about this session on journal selection and citation metrics with regard to policy and literacy and whatever ethics related to this. So,
Sir, you are accidentally mute. Sir. Hello. Sir, you are on a mute.
oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Thank you.
Sorry. It is already these points have been shared by Mr. Sir, so I don't want to repeat again. These are the points to consider in this session. He has specifically given these points, so I will skip this. Please move on to the next slide, sir. This is about this session. Specifically, journal selection and citation metrics directly affect PhD evaluation, and what are the recruitment procedures and criteria, and what are the promotions for under CAS by the UGC regulations. And nowadays, research is increasingly assessed by the metrics, not by the content. So metrics means there are so many metrics at the general level and other level. So we will see in the subsequent slides. And there are a number of fake journals. So what are the problems? We will see. And in the current scenario, the selection of appropriate journal is not only by the scholars. It's a shared responsibility along with research supervisors, not only research supervisors, institution also. So in this context, this session will be focused on this journal verifications and how can we use the available metrics responsibly and ethically publishing. So these are the major agenda of this session. So please, the next slide. So I will start with the UGC regulations on the award of PhD degree. What is UGC regulation says? So please, sir, next slide. So in 2022, UGC made a regulation. Publication is not mandatory before submitting the thesis, PhD thesis. Even though it says like that, it says further. It does not mean PhD scholars should stop publication of research papers in peer-reviewed journals. The then UGC chairman added, focusing on high-quality research will lead to publications. So the UGC does not insist to stop the publishing the articles as part of the PhD, but it has made not mandatory. It is controversial, but in reality it is different. Then what is quality? So please, next slide, sir. If you look at this profile, Scopus profile, all of you know Nobel Prize awards most prominent scientists. If you look at this profile, Dr. John Jumper has published only 32 articles so far, but he has received Nobel Prize in the year 2024. That is last year he has announced it. And he is the youngest laureate in the field of chemistry in the last 70 years history. So for example of quality publications, I am showing this. It is not only as a criteria. So first, as an example. Please, next slide, sir. At the recruitment side, what is UGC regulations? We will see what are the criteria. In the draft regulation issued last year, 2025, still it is in the draft mode. It has not passed any GO because of there is an thing. There is a Higher Education Commission of India. So all the regulatory bodies comes under this. Maybe this has not been issued in any odd GO. For entry level academic post at the level 10, there is no any preference for publications, but it is so far not given in the minimum criteria, but they are giving weightage in the screening process. So please, the next slide. If you look at the screening of applications for the particular post, they are giving 6 points to the 3 papers out of 100. So in contrast to the regulation, so there is no any publication weightage, but in the screening process, they are giving weightage for publications. So out of 100, there are 6 points to the publications. So this is the actual scenario. It is for the entry level. Even for the higher level, sir, please next slide. Even for the next level of associate professor, the required is minimum 7 publications, and out of which 7, 3 should be in the Scopus or Web of Science, indexed journals. For science discipline and other disciplines except for languages, at least ISSN or ISBN journals should be considered. Instead of Scopus or Web of Science, it is only for Indian languages. But others, it should be in the minimum 3 publications in the Scopus or Web of Science. So it is as per university under the UGC regulations. So please, next slide. Even for the private universities, they are insisting Web of Science or Scopus indexed publications. If you look at this, there are even different parameters. For CSE, computer science, the requirement is science citation indexed journal in the at least 5 for professor or associate professor. For other categories, example, electronics and electrical, mechanical, civil, and science, physics, chemistry, it requires science indexation along with quartile 1 journal publications. Again, it will be 5 Scopus indexed publications required for agriculture or management entrepreneurship field. This is the recent recruitment advertisement in December 25 last month. So please, next slide. So in this regard, what says UGC regulations for CAS for promotions? It is again in the draft mode, but there is no any difference between the earlier regulations and with this draft. It is same from assistant professor level 10 to 11. So the requirement is minimum 1 research publication in peer-reviewed journal. So from assistant professor level 11 to 12, so the requirement is 3. The same level 2 to associate professor, they require 3. But it is not in the full period, it is in the assessment period. So again, associate professor 13A to professor, it requires 3 in the previous assessment period in the associate professor. So in the overall, for a professor, it needs around minimum 10 publications for direct recruitment. For associate professor, in the previous slide we have seen they required 7. So this is the actual scenario. It is entirely different to the what UGC says not mandatory for publications for PhD scholars before submitting the thesis. So it is very, very critical situation. So please, next slide. Apart from the UGC recognized universities, even for National Institute of National Institutes of Importance like IITs or IIMs or NITs, they are also required minimum number of publications. For assistant professor in the economics, they require 3 papers. Should be published in the Scopus or ABDC or ABS. Are equivalent ranked or indexed journals. They are not specifically mentioned any peer review, but straight away they have mentioned about 3 papers. At least 2 should be in the Scopus or ABDC or ABC ranked journals. It is for assistant professor in the field of economics, but this number will be vary for different domains. For basic example, I am showing this. This is the next slide. Similarly, the IGIDR, Indira Gandhi Institute of Developmental Research, also required 3 publications, and out of which 2 should be in the Scopus or ABDC or ABS and ranked journals. At least one should be in the Scopus Quartile 1 category or ABDC A or A star category journals for assistant browser. So these are all recent advertisements. Apart from this, please next slide, sir. One more institute, NIT. They are also giving weightage for publication. One journal papers in SCI or Scopus, and specifically they are mentioning paid journals not allowed. This is an important thing. But 4 points they are giving weightage for this publications out of 100 or whatever in the screening process for the assistant professor level. Please, sir, next slide. In the common pattern with these recruitments, they are preferring Scopus, Web of Science, or either ABC journals, and specifically emphasis on peer-reviewed journals. And in the quality, they are specifically preferred Quartile 1 or A category or A star category in the ABDC. But minimum UGC norms are not the actual hiring practice. We should be noted this. It is entirely different. Okay, sir, next slide. But of the publications and research purpose, not only in the recruitment process, the importance of publications reflect on the funding proposals also. For example, please, next slide. In the ICSSR, the ICSSR specifically focuses on social science domains. While applying for the research proposals, either minor or major, they are asking details of 5 best research papers or books or chapters. But in this specifically, they are asking whether it is indexed or peer reviewed. So they are giving preference or weightage for Scopus indexed publications, those who are having by the proposed principal directors or principal investigators. So please, next slide. Apart from this, ACMR, the Indian Council for Medical Research, in the criteria after sanctioning the project, the one of the criteria is the outcome of the study should be published in the journals indexed in PubMed or Scopus or Web of Science journals. So, if they are asking, it should be published in the indexed journals before without any experience. How can we do this? So, they are looking at the sanctioning of the proposals also, whether the proposed investigator has published experience or not. Please keep in mind this. So, not only in the recruitment process, it reflects on the research proposals by the funding agencies also. Please, next slide. And we are coming to the our focus this topic, journal selection. Why it matters? Please, next slide. Why it matters? Why the journal selection is very important? As of now, there are around 3 lakh periodicals, including journals, newsletters, magazines, and newspapers in the world. According to the Ulrich's periodical directory, it is the foremost directory. And apart from that, Scopus database has around 30,000 active journals only. Apart from this, there are book series and conference proceedings, etc. This is again one more important database. Web of Science has more than 20,000 journals. And one of the important open access directory of open access journals has around 23,000 journals. So among this, which is very important to our area, or which appropriate journal for our topic. We will see in the next slides. Please, next slide. And among this, if you look at the research volume or publication output at the global level, in the recent 5 years. On a year basis, at the global level, they are publishing around 45 lakhs papers in this corpus only. I'm not talking about the other databases, only Scopus. If you look at this in the last 15 days, in the 2026, around 250,000 papers as published by the worldwide researchers. So, it's very crucial, and it's very difficult to find out the appropriate literature also, because if minimum literature, it is very easy to select the appropriate literature for our study. But if the number is n, so from the available literature, it is selecting very, very difficult. So that's why this slide I am showing. And one more slide on the Indian level, this next slide. If you look at this slide, it is published by Indian authors in the Scopus. In the last year, 2025, around 368,000 articles, documents indexed in the Scopus, all published by Indian affiliations, affiliated to Indian affiliations. But if you look at this 15 years back, it was around only 1 lakh. But after 15 years, it is almost 4 times. So 400% percentage increase. Increasingly, our Indian professionals or scientists or academics concentrating on the quality publications. I am not telling all the publications are quality, it is different, but something improvement. Please, next slide. Am I audible, sir?
No.
Thank you. And what are the databases? There are n number of databases. For very important databases, I am listing here. If you look at this, there are some traditional databases. If you look at this, Web of Science, it was started in 1960s. And in the Scopus, it was launched in the 2004, 20 years back. These are all multidisciplinary and subscription based, and some subject specific databases also. For example, Gesto, it is focusing on social science and humanities. And PubMed, it is only for biomedical literature and some specific subject also. LISA and LISA, it is only for library information science. So these are the traditional databases. And in the new age databases, they are emerging. For example, OpenLS. It was recently started in the year 2021. And now we are not extensively using, but it will be getting attention among the researchers. And one more, lens.org is the dimensions.ai is the, and art discovery, ONG, some AI enabled databases. So these are the not exclusively databases. There are some other databases are there, but very few are I have listed here. So please, next slide. Among these three databases are important because Scopus data has been considered by NIRF. All of you know, National Institution of Ranking Framework of India. They are considering publications and citations to the publications from the Scopus and Web of Science databases only. So they are not considering other databases or any other peer-reviewed journals. Similarly, QS ranking, they are considering only Scopus data. They are not considering Web of Science. So we need to understand why these databases are important. And especially NAC for annual quality assurance report. They are considering Scopus, Web of Science, and PubMed data. If you look at this 3.4.5, they are given bibliometrics of the applications during the year based on average citation index in Scopus or Web of Science or PubMed. But In the again next point, they have considered only Scopus and Web of Science. They are not considering PubMed. So this is the actual scenario, and these are the three databases are very very important in the context of rankings and quality assurance reports. So that is important to this session general selection. So please, next slide. What about the UGC regulations on the journals? Earlier, there was an UGC approved list of journals before 2019. They have given approved list of journals in all the areas. Almost around 20,000 journals they have listed. But in the 2019, it was scrapped and they have introduced the UGC CARE list. In two types, Annexer 1, Annexer 2. Annexer 1, traditionally they are approving, and Annexer 2, it is based on the databases, either Scopus or Web of Science. And again, they have discontinued this UGC CARE in the almost October or November 2024. Apart from this, they have given some quality parameters in selecting the journals. Now, there is no any approved list by UGC. So it is up to the researcher or guide or institution. This is the next slide. Regarding the quality of the journals, they have given some basic parameters. Starting from the general information about the journal, then editorial boards, what are their members, what are their composition, the geographical dispersion, and what are the editorial process and review process et al. And quality criteria regarding the what is their academic contribution and what is the aim and scope, what is their coverage, and the standards regarding the website and whether it is citedness in other databases also, and ethics, what is their ethical guidelines and what are the policies on the conflicts or plagiarism or AI usage, use of AI tools or text, and what is their visibility, whether they are having any impact metrics like impact factor or site score or any indexation in the premium databases, and general level impact criteria, what is their self citation rate or self score, like that. So these are the general guidelines. They are not giving any individual journal quality. So while selecting the journals, we need to consider all these parameters. So please, next slide. How to find the journals for our research work? It is very, very difficult, but there are some guides available at the publisher level and at the general level. For publisher level, most of all the standard publishers, they are giving journal finder tools. So if you go through that, we can get the list of journals based on the titles and abstracts. But it is just a suggested list. We cannot get the assurance of 100% it will be suitable for our work. So I will show some examples. At the general level, Web of Science, Jane, Trinka is there, and researcher.life is there, Adams is there. This is not the again exclusive list of finding tools, but there are many. I am showing very few. Please, next slide. So effective ways to finding the journals. Whenever you complete your research work, go through the references list, because it is a very, very useful tool to finding the relevant journal. So what are the journals you frequently referenced in your work? So it shows your suitability of the journal. Then check the recent publications. If you are selecting a journal, go through the particular journal, then search the recently published articles, whether it is they are focusing currently in your domain or topic or theme. And you can search based on the keywords in a particular article. it will be there at least 4 or 5 keywords. So we can select the keywords based on the whatever keywords. And we can browse the call for purpose in the special issues. It is very, very important, and it is timely feedback we can get from the special issue call for journals, because in general it vary the time review time, but in the special issue call for they have some time bound limits. So within 6 months or 1 year they need to convey the decision. So these are the some ways to select the journals. This is the next slide. And currently there are so many fake journals, either fake or predatory or cloned or hijacked. There are many terminologies. It is very, very difficult to spot the which is predatory, which is genuine, which is authenticate journal. But there are some guidance we can use that. So what are the features of this kind of journals? If you look at this predatory, their identity is very, very low. And the website, if you look at their websites, it is very, very poor quality. So there is no any standard or professional one. And indexing also, they are claiming fake informations, and their goal is making profits from the publishing your research or your work. And volume, as an estimate, there are almost more than 15,000 journals are in the predatory mode. So it is very, very difficult to spot this. Again, in the cloned, it is a very, very emerging area, because they are taking a very famous or reputed journals. They are imitating the same name with the same ISSN number, with the same editorial board, and they are claiming it is a original journal. But it is a form of identity theft. Almost the list is having more than 400 such hijacked journals. Hijacked means their original website of the journal has been maintained by the someone not even related to that. Right in the check, it is entirely fabricated. There is no such journals existed, and there is no any indexing databases, and this entirely fraud or scam. There is no anything in this fact. So almost again, there are 1,000+ journals in this category. So these are the 3 categories we need to especially look at this while selecting the journals, because I am receiving daily soliciting the papers from this category of journals. In general, any standard journals, they are not sending the emails or soliciting the journals. It is very exceptions, 1 or 2 cases, but not the generally. So this is the situation. Please keep in mind. Please, sir. Next slide, sir. So how can you spot this kind of list? There are so many lists for predatory. The Bill's list is very, very foremost in the beginners. Then predatory journals, that organization, and the retraction watch. They are having list of hijacked journals, and one more is cables. It is paid one, but others are open access. We can access this, whether it is in the predatory list or in the hijacked journal, before submitting or selecting the journals. Please look into this websites or portals before selecting any journal. This is the next slide. In the come to the next citation metrics. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are.
Thank you. It is very important. In general, it is based on the number of citations received by a particular articles. How it has reached by others, scientific community. So please, next slide. So as said, the citation metrics are used to assess the quality of the particular item or article and impact of the individual articles or a set of publications. It's either for a researcher or institutions or countries or journals or any team. So whatever it is, quality in the sense there is no any standard definition for this, but generally they are how it is conducted. But in the current scenario, it is very important to do this quality check because number is very high. So, if for example, recruitment process receiving an application with 1,000 publications, so how to evaluate the quality? So again, we need to go to some standard parameters or metrics, and again impact and how it was influenced the scientific community by the others. So, in this sense, we need to use the wisely and this citation metrics given the attention and use, because citation is based on the references given in the particular article. It is the citations to the those who are published earlier, but it is not guaranteed the excellence. We can get how it was reached by the scientific community. In this sense, we need to use the citations metrics wisely. Please, next slide. So one of the best example of this kind of citation-based analysis are metrics. A team of researchers from Stanford University, USA, they are compiling the list of top 2% scientists worldwide using the data from Scopus based on the some standardized citation metrics like total citations, H-index, and to show the influence and how it has been reached among the other peers in their community. It is updated annually. Generally, they are releasing the list in the month of either August or September. So this is one of the example. In the recent edition, our 4 faculty members are scientists as among the such list. It is very reputed list now they are looking at. So please, the next slide. So what are the types of citation metrics available? So I am not giving anything new because it is already in the this mandatory course research and publication ethics given by UGC. So I am not going to specifically explain each and every how it is calculated, but I will give an overview, or you will get some idea. So at the general level, the standard basic metric is citations per paper. It is nothing but it is an average citation, average number of citations. And again, there are 2 groups. One is at journal level and another is author level. At the journal level, there are 4 metrics I have listed, but beyond this, there are many other. But these are the frequently used by the evaluation systems. One is impact factor. It is a trademark of Clarion. If we are claiming any other publisher or journals, it is something error or it is something fake. So anyway, if you are come across impact factor, it is given by Clarion from the Web of Science. So it measures the journal's influence based on the number of citations accumulated in the set of articles published in a journal, particular journal. So it is the journal level metric. And again, and there is one more metric, site score. It is given by Scopus. Again, similar to the journal impact factor, it is based on the number of citations. Again, SJR, Simogo General Ranking, it is provided by Simogo. It is a third party, but it is based on the Scopus data. Earlier too, based on the citations, but it is based on the both citation counts and percentage of journals in which citations received from the journals. And one more metric is SNIP, source normalized impact metric. So it is normalized the citations to a particular disciplines. So it is the four metrics I have listed. These are the main frequently used by the research evaluation systems. And at the author level, again there are four metrics, citation-based metrics, and one is H-index. I think more or less are familiar now. It gives overall performance, and G-index it is emphasis on highly cited papers, but M-index it is adjusted by the carrier length of the H-index, and the I-10 index it is nothing but number of papers with at least 10 citations. This is provided by Google Scholar. I think all of you are having Google Scholar profile. If anyone not having, please create a profile. It is free. If you are having Gmail account, you can easily create a Google Scholar profile. So please, next slide. So what is this general level metrics? So what are the differences? If you look at this impact factor, it has provided by Clarivate through general citation reports based on the Web of Science core collections journals, and it provides the influence. So how the articles published in these prestige journals influenced by the other peers in this scientific domain. They are considering only articles and reviews. Other document types they are not considering. It is based on the citations in the particular year, and for that particular year, preceding years, 2 years published articles. That's why I also they are taking for citations 1 year window, and for publications 2 year window. So this is the criteria they are using for impact factor calculations. Similar to this SJR, it is provided by Simogo based on this Scopus data. Apart from articles and reviews, they are using conference papers also. And as said, it is based on the prestige of the journals. And for citations, the similar to impact factor, they are using 1 year window. For publication, they are using 3 year window. So this is a difference. Similar to this SNIP, source normalized impact, it is provided by Center for ranking from the Leiden University. It is for cross-field comparison. As said, it is source normalized. For again, they are using Scopus data. Similar to the SJR, they are also using articles and review papers and conference papers. And along with 1 year citation window and 3 year publication window, they are using citation potential. How other average citations they will be compared with this particular one. So this is a different thing. And the one more metric site score, as said, it is provided by Scopus based on their own data, but it is considering 4 year window for both publications as well as citations. But in the document types, they are using additional document types, articles, reviews, conference papers, along with they are using data papers and book chapters. So this is the basic differences between this journal level metrics. So please, next slide. So if you look at this, I have given some journals for this is for comparison only. It is not for any evaluation purpose. So how we need to select the journals from different metrics. I have given 5 journals. One is site score is 2.3, another is 7.8, and another one is 11.7, 11.6, 9.3. And if you look at this quartile, so quartile, it is nothing but it is based on the number of journals. I will show in the next slide. Number of journals within the journals indexed by impact factor or side score. And the top 25% is the quartile one, and the next top 25, that is 26 to 50, will be second quartile, and again 51 to 75 the third quartile, and remaining in the fourth quartile. So based on that, they are giving, but there will be some differences in the domains covered by the particular journal. And the total publication, if you look at that, the first three journals are publishing almost similar publications numbers, 309, 315, 332. But their citation numbers are varied. That's why this side score are difference. And in the bottom two, if you look at that, the last one, bottom line, it has published only 48 publications. But for that 48, they have received 448 citations. But if you look at this, again, next one, Journal of Information Technology, they have published only 97. For that, they have received 1,128. So for that papers and citations, it has 11.6 side score. So we need to look at that volume of publications and volume of citation and quartile and side score. It depends upon the subjects. So please, next slide. So this is about the quartile comparison. I have taken a journal of open humanities data. If you look at this, side score is 0.9, but its quartile is vary depending on the subject domains they are covering. But for arts and humanities, general arts, it is ranked second quartile. But social sciences in the field of library and information science, it has ranked third quartile. But computer science, again, it is ranked in fourth, because it is based on the number of journals in the particular domain. For example, in the arts and humanities, there are 176 journals. With this 176, the particular journal has ranked 46 by side score. That's why it has ranked second quartile. The same 0.9 side score, the number of journals in the social science under the library science, there are 287 journals. Among that, it has ranked 178. So it has ranked the third quartile. Similar, it is computer science also. It is fourth quartile. So the same side score, but different quartiles. So it depends upon the subject domains it covers. But if you take this journal, it has more prestige in the arts and humanities, because in this category it has ranked second compared to other categories. So their major focus is arts and humanities. So in this way, we need to select the journals. So please, next slide. So again, in the CPP, citation per paper, it is nothing but it is the average number of citations from the particular set of published output. So it has the formula, the basic formula is total citations by the total number of papers. So what's the limitation? So highly influenced by the one or two papers, highly cited papers. For example, recently joined, he has published a paper and receiving more citations, but here his CPP is very high. So it favors those who are having minimal publications, and it does not reflect the consistency across all publications, because they are having only one or two, and it depends on the field and time dependent. So we need to consider, and it should not be used alone to research the research quality. So we will see why we need to consider more than one metrics at the time of evaluation. Please, next slide. So for a comparison, I have taken, for an example, there are two authors, author A and author B. Author A has published only one paper. Second author has published 10 papers. But author A has received total citations to the only one paper. But author B received totally 100 citations to the 10 papers. So their CPP is for author A it is 1000. For author B it is 10. So if you look at this, if you are looking only citation per paper, the author A has more favor. But if you look at the number of papers, the CPP is 10. So if you look at the consistency, so it will be favor for author B. So it depends upon the criteria or purpose of recruitment. So if you are focusing on the emerging scientists, you can go for author A. If you are going for sustainable, you can go for author B. So in this way, we can consider, but there is no any standard metric to decide. So please, next slide. So next metric is H index. It is almost very familiar and basic criteria using the by the research evaluation or frameworks. And again, it is very simple. It is based on the productivity as well as citation impact. For example, an H index of 10, and this scholar papers has more than 10 or citations. That means if a researcher has 10 H index, then the author has at least 10 papers with 10 at least citations. So that is a basic definition. We will see in the next slide basic comparison. Please, sir. If you look at that, sir, please, sir, next slide. So again, I am having the same data for author A, author B. So author A has 10 articles, author B has 1. For one article, he has received 1000 citations. For author A, he has received different number of citations for the different articles. If you look at this H index, author A has received 10, but author A has only 1. Even though he has received more than 10 times as compared to author A, but he has only 1 H index. So it favors author A based on the H index. So it does not consider the number of papers, it does not consider the volume of citations received. So that is the limitation of this. This is the next slide. And this G index, this calculation based on the distribution of citation received by a set of publication by a particular author or particular scientist. It is nothing but it compares the square root of the ranks and with the cumulative of publications. So cumulative of citations. This is the next slide. Again, I am showing an example how it is calculated, how it is considering. If same citation data author B in the showing in the previous slide I have taken. So these are the number of citations by the particular articles. I am using the instead of serial number to rank. So this is a cumulative number of citations. If you total this, it will come around 467. If you square root of the R, that is rank. So each one is 1 square root is 1, 2 square root is 1 square is 4. So similarly 10. So for same data H index is 10, it is also G index also 10. So we need to wisely use this kind of metrics. So now how can we decide which index is or which matrix is best? It is very difficult. So please the next slide. So similarly, M index, it is normalized as the carrier span or carrier speed. So it is a metric that normalizes the H index by dividing it by the number of years as scientist. So again, it is sustainable. How many are how long the particular researcher has been in the field. So it is again one more. If you look at this definition, it is very simple. H index divided by n. N means it is the number of years since the first publication. So that is an important thing. It is also called M quotient. So please, next slide. If you look at this, I have taken example data, author A, author B. Both author has similar or same H index of 25, but their year of first publication is vary. Author A has published in 2008. The author B is published first published in 2003. So that the number of years has varied. This is 17 for author A. This is 22 for author B. Similarly, the M index also varies. It is for 1.471 for author A. It is 1.136 for author B. The final remark is, if you compare these two authors, author A has completed the citations very fast compared to author B. It is very slow, but the number, there is no any big difference. In that way, we can take this. But the number of papers and number of citations has very huge difference. If you look at the author B has 233 papers, but author A has 353 papers. If you look at the around 50% difference. Similarly, there's a difference of 100 citations. So it does not consider the number of papers as well as citations. It considers only H index and the number of years since the first publication. So how long a particular researcher has been in the field of scientific or research. So that is a major purpose behind this metric. So please, sir, next slide. If you look at this citation per paper, I said it based on the one or two highly cited papers. And similarly, H index is consistency. So how it has received the number of citations by the number of papers. So G index, it is considers multiple highly cited papers as seen in the previous slides. And in the M index, it is adjusted by the carrier length in the research or scientific. So this is a basic comparison of the author level indicators, metrics. So please, sir, next slide. So nowadays, all of you are all the metrics is emerging. It is nothing but alternate to the traditional metrics. So in the traditional metrics, we are using generally citations. So based on the citation, there are many metrics. For example, if you consider H index, there are almost more than 20 variants are existed. So in this context, ultimately as introduced in the year 2010. It is nothing but, as the name suggests, alternative to the traditional metrics. It is beyond traditional citations. But again, there are some limitations. Generally speaking, it is about engagement and societal reach. It is very simple. How much it is mentioned in the social media and how many downloads the particular paper by the others. Again, there are some limitations since as previous slides or previous metrics. But it is not related to this particular, but it is also in the scientific evaluation system. But in the Indian context, it is not much get recognition. So please, next slide. So how to use this kind of citation-based metrics? It is very important because generally these citation-based metrics are analytical tools or analytical methodologies. It is not reflect research quality. It's based on the number of citations. So high citations, it is not definitely a quality or high impact. So it is very important. Then this kind of metrics are indicators only. It is not be used for judgment purposes. So while using this kind of metrics, so don't take decisions on the any single metrics. So it is not captures both productivity as well as quality as well as impact. So try to consider more than one metrics or indicators, and there will be differences in the different fields. For example, if you look at the medicine, they are highly citation potentials. If you look at this arts or humanities, it is very least potential citations. So we need to consider the domain also, because not all the subject fields are similar citation patterns, and we need to focus on the article level assessments. But as said in the previous slides, it is very difficult to in the article level. Again, we need to combine these quantitative indicators as well as qualitative assessments. So these are all based on the DORA and Leiden Manifesto principles. DORA, it is nothing but Declaration of Research Assessment. So that they are not focusing on the impact factor only. So based on that, there are many indicators we need to use wisely. So please, next slide. So in the concluding remarks, as said in the previous slides, citation metrics indicate scholarly attention and influence, how it was reached among the peer scientists or researchers or academic, those who are in the scientific field. It is not the quality, it is not the research quality. So please keep in mind, and no single metric can fairly assess research performance. So I am not criticizing any individual one. So please keep in mind, it is based on the research assessments, and we need to select the journals responsibly, because it protects and it supports PhD outcomes and promotions and institutional credibility, because those who are selecting the journals for publication, this will be reflected in the NIRF ranking as well as QS ranking, and we are going to support the data only from Scopus and Web of Science to the NAC, to the annual quality assurance reports. Again, that's an ethics in publishing the journals. It should be aligned with the UGC norms to protect the research integrity. So please keep in mind. This is the next slide. And in continuation of the previous slide, before submitting, please verify whether it is authenticated journal, whether it is reported in your domain or subject, and keep in mind, metrics do not reflect the quality. And ethics protect your careers. It is very important thing. Whatever you are doing in the initial stage, it will be continue to your career. So please keep in mind this. This is the next slide. So this is my first international publication based on my PhD research work. So it has published in 2013 as part of my PhD thesis, and it is one of the best publication throughout my career so far in the 15 years, because while publishing this paper in the particular journal, close one, the journal has impact factor of 3.7. So after 15 years only, I have reached this. I have overtaken this impact factor. So in the 15 years career in the research, so this is one of my best publication. But if you look at the citations, it is not the top cited paper, but it is a highly reputed publication in my domain. And most importantly, I have published with this paper with international collaboration. If you look at this, the third author is Lutz Bormann, is from the Germany. So with this author, I have published so far around 5 papers. One important thing I have learned at the time of entering the PhD, I have learned a lot of things from him. and it has given more visibility to the scientific world. So these are the two things in the international collaboration. So if possible, try to collaborate. It is depends upon you and with your research guide. So please keep in mind. So I am not insisting all should collaborate with international. It is up to you. It is my experience I am sharing with you. So please, next slide. So I have searched the scopus for HR College. Hardly, I am not getting any profile, but I don't know whether it is correct or not. So far, I could find only 11 articles indexed in the scopus for HR College, and there is no scopus profile also. Please, in the team or those who are in the dealing with research, please keep in mind there is no scopus profile. And what is the scopus profile for affiliations? I will show in the next slide. Similar to this, please, next slide. I have searched for HSNC University also. I could not find more numbers. Again, there is no scopus profile for this university. Maybe there will be a different names, but it is very difficult to find out this. Because why it is needed this Scopus profile? Because while fetching the data from Scopus or Web of Science by the ranking agencies, they are looking the profiles. Profile means they are having separate affiliation IDs. It will be generated by the specifically by the Scopus database. Please, next slide. I will show my college. If you look at this, Rajagiri College of Social Sciences, they are having number. Is the affiliation ID generated by the Scopus database. So it will be considered by the ranking agencies. Is it visible to user?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. So try to generate a similar Scopus affiliation ID for your institution. Please keep in mind this. Please, next slide. We will come to this end. Sir, please, I will. Can I share my screen? Because I can share some basic practice to how
Yes.
to select the journals.
Yes, yes. Please.
Yes, sir. Please. I will share my screen. Is it visible, sir?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay. In the previous slide, we have seen there are some journal finding tools. So, for example, I am searching in the Google Elsevier Journal Finder. If you go through this journal finder, it needs either by keywords or aims or scope of the journal titles or by abstract. So similarly, I am selecting a journal from the Elsevier journals. For example, I am searching Science Direct. From Science Direct, I am selecting any particular journal. Or, for example, this. Wait a moment. So this is a Science Direct platform. So we can search with any keywords. For example, I am giving bibliometrics. Click the search button. So it will give the recent one. So these are the things. So I am going with 2026. Okay, I am selecting this recently published one. But it is in the abstract. So I am selecting this abstract and pasting it in the journal finders. So please, is it visible to user?
Yes, sir. It's visible. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. So I have just copied the abstract from the published article from the same science Elsevier journal and paste it in the journal Elsevier Finder tool and click the find journals. It will suggest journals based on the keywords you have given. For example, I have select the abstract from the energy strategy reviews. It is already published. But if you look at this suggested journals, energy storage reviews, strategy reviews, sorry. But if you look at the suggested journals, the journal is not there. Or even if it is there, it will be in the last suggested journal. So it is a limitation of the journal finding tools. So it will not give 100% accurate information for your work. So finding the appropriate journals. Hardly the journal is not there. So I am not criticizing the Elsevier. So it is based on the suggesting mechanisms. It is not only Elsevier. It is generally all the finding tools. This is happening. So it is based on the abstract, whatever you have given, it suggests some potential journals. So before selecting or searching, please keeping this limitation in your mind. And look at this. In the previous slide, we have seen cloned journals. Recently, I have received a mail soliciting articles so and so journal. The journal name is Journal of Scientometrics. If you look at this, it is published by Elsevier. I know because it is one of the topmost reputed journal in the area of bibliometrics. So as a bibliometrics researcher, I know what are the reputed journals. But freshers, it is very, very difficult to identify the reputed journals. So they are honoring or focusing such kind of freshers to making funds. If you look at this website, they are claiming ISSN also, and they are giving Suhotas indexing link also. So they are soliciting, send your paper to editor at Journal Informatics. If you look at this same information, same all are in same information. But if you look at this, if you click this link, whatever they have given, it will go to the same original data. So in this case, how can we identify? Just copy the journal name. So Journal of Informatics, because they have given publisher is Elsevier. So please search in the Google Journal of Informatics. If the publisher listed this journal from the Elsevier portal or something Science Direct, it is a authenticated website. Other websites is fake or cloned. So please keep in mind this, because they are claiming all the information as similar. For example, 3.5 impact factor. So 7 is side score. The same information they are having, similar. But they are charging 2,500 for INR for Indian authors or $200 for foreign authors. But important thing is they are publishing within 48 hours. So there is no any procedures they are following. If you submit the paper along with money, it will be published within 48 hours. But if you check the earlier published articles, it will not be indexed in the database. So keep in mind. And recently, one of my former colleagues asked me to check the authenticity of this journal. So Journal of Information Systems Engineering and Management. So if you look at this website, it is an authenticated website, and they are claiming indexed by Scopus. But the important thing is, if you look at this link claimed by the Scopus indexer, just click the link. So they are mentioning coverage discontinued in Scopus, but it was not reflected in the website of the particular journal. So the journal says indexed by Scopus, but what it says by Scopus, it has coverage discontinued by Scopus from 2019 to 2024. So it is not in the current coverage. Please keep in mind. So again, the tech journals are hijacked journals. As said, please search Retraction Watch. Watch hijacked journal checker. If you look, as already I told you, the journal name is Journal of Informatics. So it is a cloned journal website. If you go through this, click this platform, it will list the journals hijacked by the other third-party publishers. So you can check this journal name. For example, just copy the journal name, put it in the search box. So it has been highlighted in the green color. Journal of Informatics, they have given original or hijacked information. If you look at this, it is the URL hijacked. But original journal is Journal of Informatics, original URL they have given. So please, it is the original URL. They have given. Just copy and paste it in your browser. It will give the actual website. So this is a authenticated actual website of the particular journal. But it is not the complete list, even though it is having more than 400 journals. So these journals are hijacked. So don't go through these hijacked websites. They are claiming it is original, even though it is not original. It is only for scamming your money. So there is no any fruitful output for your research work. It will be wasted your research work, your money, and it will be ruin your career also. Anything, recruitment or, for example, promotion or whatever you are, your career will be something happening based on this predatory journals or cloned journals or fake journals. So please keep in mind while selecting the journals. So this is somehow how we can select the journals. Please keep in mind. And as I said, it will be based on the keyword-based searches. For example, if I am selecting this particular paper from the published article, so you can go for, so there will be a keywords provided in the particular article. So please go through. If you are having a Scopus subscription, you can search, or I will give some demonstration with OpenLX database. It is open access, you can get freely. So there is no any subscription needed as of now. So you can use this. So I have selected policy impact as one of the keyword provided in the particular article. So just policy impact, copy and paste it here in the OpenLX. So it will give suggestion based on the keyword, or you can select only policy impact. I will select policy impact only. I didn't go for whatever it has suggested. So there are 8,400 300 documents are there for the policy impact keyword. So you can, there are some options also what are by document types and open access. If you click this open access, it will be listed only 52% articles. So 52% of articles in the open access platform. So it will, you can use this for literature review purpose or research workers. Again, you can select this particular topic and those who are publishing in the institution. More than there are some filters also. So if you go through this, These are the additional filters available. Continent, country, or field, whether it is DOI or indexed in DOIJ or indexed by PubMed. Because why they are using this DOIJ and PubMed are open access. That's why they are easily integrating. Others, they need subscription. So they cannot integrate with, for example, Scopus or Web of Science. But in case of DOI and community, it is open access. So that's why they are integrated with this. And institution type and license, that is open access license, whether publisher type, source type, author, or language, or indexed by ORCID. So whether it has comes under the sustainable development goals. It is useful information. You can use this kind of open access databases, but it can be useful for research level. But in the assessment level, so far they are not using by any agency like NIRF or like QS ranking or NAC. So for research purpose, we can use this. So with this, I will conclude my, because already time is crossing suggested time. So if I will open this forum for this discussion, you're having anything, you can ask, but I will try to explain, because I am not an expert, still I am a learner. So day by day I am learning, because after existence of AI, I think in my opinion, daily or not daily, on hourly basis, things are advancing. So we need to keep ourselves to upgrade our knowledge. So in this sense, I am telling. So I am not criticizing anyone. Please keep in mind.
Thank you, sir.
So I
Any
will stop my
participants have
sharing.
any participants have question, they can ask to this, sir. And you can put it into the chat box so we can read and narrate.
Sorry.
Oh, nobody have question?
I think I am safe.
Sir, I wanted to ask what kind of, can you elaborate on what type of journals survive in the NAC criterion?
See, as said, there is no any criteria for these specific journals. They are asking the number of articles indexed in the Scopus as well as Web of Science. They are not asking any particular journal. They are asking at the indexation level only, whether it is indexed in Scopus or Web of Science. So we indexed how many articles and how many citations received. So this is the information they are asking. So in the Scopus, we can use the sources. It is free. It is not required subscription. For searching the sources list, you can use Scopus. It is free of service, and you can download the those who are approved list. Please go through.
Thank you.
Am I answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
So we have one question in chat box from
Yes, sir.
Urvi. She asked that at time of article at a time article keep rejecting. So what to do? Like in elsewhere, they kept on referring to other journal or their own.
Sir, please. It is in my experience. Last year, I have published a paper in the reputed journal. Before accepting in this journal, the same article has been rejected by more than 20 journals, not even single. So more than 20 journals it has been rejected. So I am submitting, they are rejecting. I am submitting, they are rejecting. So we cannot expect whenever we are submitting, they should accept. So it is based on their scope, their weightage, and n number of submissions they are receiving, and we need to find out the appropriate journals, and we are keep on submitting. See, only submission is in our hand. So whether accepting or rejecting, it is in their hand. We cannot expect. So whatever we can do is we can submit. But before submitting, as said, we need to do some basic work. So what is the appropriate journal was to our work. So based on that, we need to select the journal, submit it. So even if you are rejecting, it is very, very useful if they are giving comments. Again, incorporate the comments and submit it to the different journal. Some kind of journals they are rejecting with possible resubmission. So if whatever they have given comments, we can revise it and we can resubmit as a new submission. So if your work is suitable for them, but it is not acceptable this current version, so we need to improve. We need to write a letter. So what are the changes we have made? So we can resubmit if they are providing the option. If not providing that option, we can go for other journals. So this is my experience. That's why selecting the journals is very, very important.
Okay.
As I showed.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
we have another question now, which is very important to all of us.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Lal Saab Yadav asked question that most of the good impact factor journals are paid. Can you suggest any site to know which Cooper's Index journal are free?
It is very, very problematic. So now the all are marching towards open access. Earlier, the term was used by the journals is subscription. Then, for example, if you, I will share this screen. I will show some example. So I am searching in the Google. So the journal is Scientometrics. So if you look at their website, is it visible, sir?
Yes, it's visible.
Yes, sir. This is the journal. They are putting the publishing model as hybrid. Initially, it was subscription. So subscription means institutions will subscribe. There is no fee for authors, but only readers has to pay through their institution. Later, they have changed this model to hybrid. Hybrid means they are publishing both subscription articles and as well as open access articles. But now the term has changed to transformative. Transformative means slowly they are marching towards open access. So at the end, I think in the next 5 years is very, very crucial. So in the next 5 years, by 2030, yes, survey says 75% of the standard journals will be on the open access. So open access, the things author has to pay, reading is free. So it is opposite side. It is subscription, author has free, reader has to pay. But in the open access, author has to pay, reader is free. So we need to have some kind of strategies and we need some funds. Without this, it is very important, difficult in the future. So this is a current scenario. So am I answered to your question, sir? I have.
Anybody have else question? You can ask.
Sir, I want to ask one question. Is there any provision for issue of certificate of participation for this seminar? And if it is there, then is there any link to get registration? Because I didn't got any link for registration, sir.
Sir, I have shared the feedback link. You can just fill it in and you will get certificate. You can see it in the chat box.
I will stop the share.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I think that question has answered.
I think I have made some. I have tried my level best. Thank you for this opportunity. If there is no any question, can we wind up this session?
Sure.
Can I stop my session?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Puja
I
ma'am,
have a request. I have a
Yes, ma'am.
request if I think there are many who would request for this PPT. If you can share with Kashi and he can share it in the group, if possible for you.
Already I share with Mishra sir, but don't post it in a platform because I have collected from various sources. So please for reference purpose only. Don't upload it anywhere. Then it will be a
No,
plagiarism.
only to have a reference because the
For your
way you
reference,
have, I must appreciate your session because the way you have explained the kind of journals, how do we look for fake journal, hijack journal, H index, I-10, all these things we hear it, but in detail that I have been telling Kashi and Dharti. I think they have found you as a right source. And a good request once again to Kashi and Dharti that they keep looking out for resource persons like you. And it's a
thank you, ma'am.
blessing that you could connect online and you have explained it so well. And it has been such a nice session. I was traveling, not missed any point. But yes, as you said, the next 5 years in research are going to be much more crucial
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
and
ma'am.
changing
Rightly said.
education scenario, AICT going away, UGC going away is going to be much more difficult. And when you showed profile of HR college, I think it was an eye opening for us also that though there are papers which Geeta Sahu would agree that there are too many numbers, but when we look at a profile of HR on Scopus, it's not that great. I think every college R&D cell head who has joined in should now look at as an agenda that how we can improve on publishing in Scopus rather than those journals which has no value or importance when it comes to the profile of institution or the profile of the faculty also. But I must thank you from bottom of my heart on behalf of board. It was such a nice session. I know we were only listening, but you had been taking it so nicely from one PPT, one slide to another slide. It has been a wonderful experience, sir. Thank you so much for giving your time to us.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for your kind
thank you
words.
so much.
For your kind words.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Kashi, over to you, dear.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Since Puja ma'am already start setting the tone for vote of thanks, I have no job left to perform my task, but I'm here to presenting the formal vote of thanks on behalf of Research and Development Cell of Hyderabad National Collegiate Board from HR College of Commerce and Economics. I am grateful. Thanks to Puja ma'am for giving us liberty to go beyond the academics and find the people beyond the geographical boundaries for utilizing the maximum capacity of Zoom. The second best thanks to our resource person, Elango sirs. When we are talking to sir that we know how to find you, we just Google it, the best resource person in bibliometric analysis, and sir said, okay, thank you. So I think thank you is a very small word to show my gesture toward the resource person for taking the time of his busy schedule. Special thanks to my senior professor who presenting throughout all the session. Dr. Naveen Punjabi is there, Jasveer ma'am is there, Dr. Jam Manglani is there. So thank you for taking your time to seeing our sessions, and you can. We are happy to take your output. Last but not least, the participants who coming across the different research and development cells, research scholars specifically who was eagerly to know whether the publications are mandatory or not. So I'm thankful to all the participants. Request everyone, whenever you see those messages from research and development for HSNC board, please do join for the maximum benefits. My heartful thanks to my colleague Dharti, who helping us to maintaining Zoom and recording all the sessions, so we can create a digital repository for all the lectures and intellectual capacity. Thank you so much for joining here. Wish you all the best.
I think,
And
Kashi, we can have one picture by making people switch on their cameras so that we can
sure,
have a one nice picture for our college magazines. So
sure.
requesting everyone to just switch on their cameras for few seconds so that a nice picture with all the participants. Otherwise, black screen looks very bad in the college magazine. So please switch on your cameras for a few seconds. We can take a picture. Who's taking that?
I'm
Yes. Yes. So requesting all of you to please switch on your cameras, everybody, so that we can have a group picture with Sir. And I must appreciate Elango, sir, for giving their time out. I know Kashi has already given a thanks, but I think it is his search on the LinkedIn that he has been able to get so many talented researchers. And thank you to Kashi and Dharti for technically handling these sessions. And I'm sure the journey that we had since last 1.5 hours has been fruitful, and many people are taking too many things with them, especially journals and their selections and the citation metrics.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am, for
thank
your
you.
work.
Geeta
Thank you.
has a lot to take from this session. Dr. Geeta, the HR College R&D cell head. Thank you.
I've
Dharti,
I've
once
taken the
done, let
picture.
us know.
I have taken the picture.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir, for
Thank you, ma'am.
joining us in
Thank
the
you, ma'am. Thank
evening.
you. Tthank you, ma'am.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Lots of
Thank
thank
you.
yous.
Thank you.
Thank you. I've shared the
Thank you,
feedback link.
Kashi and
Please
Dharti.
fill it. I've shared the feedback link on the session. Please fill it back. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you,
for
dear.
thank you
Thank you
everyone.
so much.
Thank you.
And also, sir, whenever you come down to Bombay, Mumbai, I should say, you're welcome to HR, and we will love to see you offline. I know online is easier, but offline is always a pleasure.
Sure,
So please
sure,
let
sure.
us know whenever you're in Mumbai. We will be
Sure, ma'am.
hosting.
Sure, ma'am.
We'll be very
Sure.
happy to host you.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir.
Thank you for
Thank
your
you, sir.
invitation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank
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 you.
you,
Please fill the feedback form. Your certificate will be issued within 2 days. Also, the last previous certificates I also share in a drive link. You can check and download. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Sir, please, sir, share the feedback also to me.
Sure, sir. Sure.
So
I
it
love
will
to
be
share.
helpful
Thank
to
you.
improve myself.
Sure, sir. Sure, sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this
Thank you,
opportunity.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
you, sir.